Time for an update, even though I have not read much at all of this book at all. Like, I've not read much. I'm nearly up to the page 60 mark. My dog wants to do something. What does she want to do? She's just standing there at the edge of my bed, just looking around. Kind of creepy sometimes, it really is. The Bookbinder of Jericho follows two women, Peggy and Maud. It's like in the backdrop of World War II, and they are twin sisters. Peggy and Maud are. They work in the bindery at Oxford University Press in Jericho. Peggy is intelligent, ambitious, and dreams of going to Oxford University, but for most of her life she has been told her job is to bind the books, not to read them. Maud, meanwhile, wants nothing more than what she has. She is extraordinary but vulnerable. Peggy needs to watch over her. There are refugees that have arrived from Belgium, and Britain has been asked to go and help. So it sends ripples throughout the community and through the sisters' lives. Peggy begins to see the possibility of another future where she can use her intellect and not just use her hands. But as war and illness reshape her world, it is the love and the responsibility that comes with it that threatens to hold her back. It is an easy book to read. I feel like I'm flowing through the pages, even though it's taking me forever to read a book these days. It really is. I'm not focusing. I've been so... Like, the past few days I've been mentally and physically exhausted and tired, feeling much better now, but still just, it was not fun. I wonder if Maud has a learning disability, or if she has like a mental disability, like a mental illness or something like that, because it says that she is vulnerable. Right, that Maud is vulnerable, but yet her actions and her words and her speech and her vocabulary say that she seems younger. Like, I wonder if something happened to her. I don't know. There's something with Maud, and I want to figure out what it is. The relationship between the two sisters is really good. You can definitely tell that Peggy has a very strong need to protect her sister, and they do have a really strong connection. It does talk about the history of the girls working in the bindery and how their mother first started working in the bindery and have had a flow-on effect onto them. So it's like, obviously it seems like a generational thing for them to work in a bindery. And it does have a connection to the Dictionary of Lost Words, which is the first one of this one. This one's like a companion novel. Is it a companion novel? Well, oh yes, it is a companion novel. We do see Gareth, who is in the first book, so that's the companion to it. That's the tie-in connection from this book to the Dictionary of Lost Words. Yeah, that's all I have to say. I have not gotten too far into it to give more, but it's really, really good. I am really enjoying it, and hopefully I will read more of it tomorrow, because the next 2 days, Thursday and Friday, are my days off, and I plan to do absolutely nothing. Well, not nothing, I do have stuff to do, but I just want to stay home. I don't want to do anything. I have stuff to do, but it's stuff I can do at home, and it's stuff I've been wanting to do for a while now. I'm staying home. I'm not going anywhere. If my parents say, hey, you want to come get some coffee, I will say yes. But it's just I don't want to be out, because I feel like the past few weeks I've been out constantly, and I just want to be home. I feel like being a homebody these next 2 days, so hopefully plenty of reading will get done in those 2 days. Please excuse the angling. I'm seriously considering getting a new short tripod, because the one I have, you can bend it and shape it, and it's kind of annoying the crap out of me. Because it's just like, it's annoying. It's annoying to move and get in the right position where all of them are straight. There's one little bulb that's kind of like bent that way. There's another one bent that way, that way, that way. And it is so incredibly annoying. I do have an update for you. It is Monday the 12th of June. As of filming this section of the reading vlog, I didn't read too much. I am up to page, oh my god, I was just on there, where am I? 280 in the Bookbinder of Jericho by Pip Williams. You can see I've made quite a dent in it now. It's 430 something pages, so it shouldn't be, here I am, I was going to say it shouldn't take me too long to finish reading, but it's currently like 11 o'clock at night right now. I don't have too much else to say other than it is more character focused, the book is. I think I do like, while still really enjoying this one, I still think I enjoy the Dictionary of Lost Words more, because that one had more of a plot going for it, where this one is a little more character focused. I like character focused novels, especially if I like the characters, and I do like the characters in this book, which is a good indicator of like the rating for this book, and a really big plus for me. Not much has happened. Like, it actually, I will say, it does talk more about the war and how that has left some industries, because some industries, so in the bookbinding industry, right, there were sections for girls and there are sections for men. A lot of the men were sent off, they were drafted into the war, right, so it's up to the ladies to really get the books published, get the books on the shelves and all that kind of stuff, or get the book into the Oxford University, I should say. So they were the ones keeping everyone educated and still keeping things running, which is really awesome. It doesn't feel forced in that area or in that aspect. It feels natural. I like the women's relationships with each other. I think Peggy, that's her name, right? Yeah, Peggy. I think her sister, if you remember me saying earlier on in this reading vlog, she seems to have either a mental or a social or developmental disorder. I think it might be autism. Especially during this time in 1914, they would not have a diagnosis at that point. There wouldn't be any scientific advancements or improvements in that medical field at that point. So I do think it might be autism. Just with my experience of me meeting people and knowing people with autism when I was younger, and just things I've heard about it, Maud might have autism, the twin sister might have autism, which is good representation, especially for this time period, which you wouldn't even really hear about. So that's really good in that aspect. I think if you like a character-focused novel, I do think you will enjoy this one. But if you want something a little bit more plot-focused, Dictionary of Lost Words might be a good option for you. And that one's my favorite book. I love the book so much. But this one's also a really good one as well. I've then also started reading Feed Them Silence by Lee Mandelo. It follows a scientist by the name of Sean, and she is a scientist where she has implanted a chip in her brain and also in one of the last North American wolves, grey wolves. The chips in each of their brains is for Sean to really understand how they behave, and it has consequences on her. People are telling her this is getting a little bit too dangerous. She ignores them, and things start happening, which things are already starting to happening. Even though this book is a short book, it's like just over 100 pages. It's doing a really good job at making Sean and her mentality while being under the influence, or while being under technically, so she can experience what being a wolf would be like and knowing their thoughts and feelings and everything. Where was I going? I was rambling for far too long then. What was I talking about? Oh, for being a small book, you would think it would be rushed, but it doesn't. It really takes its time for you to realize, oh, she's starting to lose her mind. There are already consequences starting to happen right now. And I think it's done really well. I'm actually really enjoying this more than Summer Sons. Not that I hated Summer Sons, I really enjoyed Summer Sons. It was a really unique take on a haunted house, and like a haunted kind of story, Summer Sons was. And I had been wanting to read that book for ages. This one also has a gay couple, so Sean has a wife. It also acknowledges Sean's obsessive tendencies with her work and how that has affected her relationship with her wife, especially considering the fact that I'm just going to tell you a little bit. It's not a spoiler, but it's something. Sean realizes while under the influence and under the influence of this wolf, or under the influence of this technology, she realizes that these wolves really have a strong companionship with each other. They're family, they love each other in their own ways. They don't really have a word process, but it's just the feelings they have is similar to ours, but we just word ours where they have an instinctive feeling. We have instinctive feelings too, but theirs is just more emotions. And yeah, we do too as humans, but theirs is like a little bit more hyper-focused kind of thing because they don't speak, you know. And maybe Sean should take a leaflet out of the wolves' teamwork and companionship and love for each other and apply it to her own marriage, because it's really starting to take a toll on her marriage. And I think that's going to be another part of her downfall with my feet are getting, oh my gosh, what was I saying? I'll probably jump in, editing me will probably jump in and explain to you better, because I just completely lost track of thought. Then, oh my gosh, I'm getting sleepy. I think that's all I had to say. It is 11:20 right now. I do want to try and get a chapter of this book in. I will say with this book, there are nice short chapters. There are some longer chapters where it's pretty much just paragraphs and paragraphs of Peggy's inner thoughts, I guess you could say, which I don't mind. There is dialogue throughout, and some chapters are short, some are a little longer, but the chapters are actually a reasonable length, so that's good. Yeah, that's all I had to say. It's going to be a busy week this week. There's a lot going on this week, so I don't know how often I will pop in, but I will try. So, I'll see you in the next update. Okay, let's end this vlog here right now. I did finish this one. It was very, very good. I gave it 4 stars. I loved it. I don't remember the last time I talked to you about this one, but it was really, really good. I really enjoyed the ending. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. There will be more thoughts in my wrap-up. It's just I'm very tired. The past few days have been exhausting. I'm tired. I'm still a little tired right now. But yeah, I really enjoyed this, gave it 4 stars. And then I also finished, last night I finished Feed Them Silence by Mandelo. That one would have to be their best book that they have published so far. Their best work yet. That's just how I feel. I really thoroughly enjoyed it. It really teaches you just to leave them alone. We're already doing enough damage as it is. Just leave them alone and do better, pretty much. Really, just do better. I thought I thought Sean's mental breakdown was going to be a little bit more, do I say manic? Like a little bit more mad? Like, there definitely were some changes in her brain chemistry and in her brain, which goes to show that just because you could do it doesn't mean that you should do this technology. The limitations and the consequences and the cons of the technology, that's the word I was looking for, the cons, was done very well. Done very, very well. I really enjoyed that. It made it a little bit more plausible, I guess you could say. It was a bittersweet ending. There is a kind of animal death in here. It's not explicitly told, thank goodness, like in graphic detail. There's nothing like that, thank goodness. Otherwise I would not handle it. But there is, it gives you enough for you to know, oh, okay, this is what's happening. And also corporate greed. Just everything tied in so well, and for a little novella, it was good. Really, really thoroughly enjoyed it. I have also started reading The Ferryman by Justin Cronin. He is the author of the Passage trilogy, which I really, really enjoyed that trilogy. I need to reread that series again because it's been so long in between books that have been published in that series. It's completed now, that I've forgotten things about the series, and I do want to revisit it sometime in the near future. I only read the prologue of The Ferryman. Unfortunately, I wanted to get it done, or at least halfway done, for this vlog, but I was just so dead tired the past few days. I just couldn't be bothered to read much more. Yeah, that's all. 3 books. I've been very busy this month. Next month will be busy as well. Let me know if any of these books sounded really interesting to you. I really enjoyed them. I think I will enjoy the Ferryman as well. I have a good feeling about it. I will see you in another video. Bye bye.